Oh. Hi there, this is Aaron at Broken Unicorn Podcast, and I wanted to talk to you about focus stacking. A couple of days ago I posted 3 images on our Instagram of the same model taken in 3 different photographing techniques. This was part of me doing experimentation for my own purposes of learning miniature photography and macro photography, so by no means do I claim this to be expert advice, but I thought it might be worthwhile talking through and introducing ourselves more to the community. So focus stacking is when you take photos of an image in multiple layers where you focus at specific points. This works especially good when you're close up at a model, maybe using a macro lens, which is what I did for 2 of the photos. Shown. And what you do is you use software that will then collectively cut up the images and use all your focus sections to give you the clearest image possible. The model I picked was one I painted probably about, I would say, 2 years ago. So I look at it and go, oh, it's awful. However, I would quite like to do another one, and this is helping me see what my mistakes were. The first image that I did was using a 50mm lens, commonly known as the Nifty 50, which is a portrait lens, which I've used a few times with models. However, I was having trouble getting this to work so close up, and I started getting kind of gloomy effects, and the focus point was too thin. So the result was I was getting lots of patchy areas. The next one is I tried using a macro lens. It's a 100mm macro lens. I've been using a Canon 700D, which is an older camera, but it's what I have. A lot of this is using the tools that I have. So I used that in a 3-light setup. So that was a ring light to the left. I had an LED light that I used for colours, but I used just as white setting on the right hand side, and above in the photo booth was a string of LED lights. What I found with this is, as much as it's got quite a crisp image, it was very hard to control the saturation. Not saturation. Very hard to control the exposure. It was just too much to deal with. And then the last one is I used just the front 2 lights, and I'd also painted the trim of it in black 3.0, which is a low reflective black paint. It basically bounces off, it absorbs pretty much all the light that goes into it. And I would say that that's probably the best result that I got from the 3, but I would like to show you the process that I used for the photo stacking. So to do the photo stacking, I use Photoshop. And the first thing you're wanting to do is best put your images in a collective folder. That way you can manage the ones that you want to use to create a specific image altogether. Once you have that done, you're going to be in Photoshop and go to File, and then you go down to Scripts, and from Scripts you go to Load Files into Stack. From here you will go to Browse, and you select the images you want, so all the images you want to put into a stack, and you press OK. Self-explanatory there. And then once they're loaded in the system, you go Attempt to automatically align source images, and click OK. And this can take a while. My computer is needing updated, so yeah, it takes a bit of time. Once they're all loaded into the stack, what you want to do is select all the layers, and then you go to Edit, and then what you want to select is Auto Blend Layers. And then in here you want to have Seamless Tones and Colors selected, and Stack Images. You may want to use Content Aware Fill Areas. I personally don't really like doing that. You can click OK. and again this can take a while to process. And then you'll see you have all these images with their masks attached to them, and when you unselect these layers you'll see that spots will vanish, and these are the selections that are the focal point. You might also get some areas that look like they're speckles, but I found once you save the images they're gone. It's just some kind of graphic distortion when you use this process. But assuming that you've got enough focus points here, then you should be able to remove almost all the blurry areas and have a clear representation of your image. And this is the best way I've found to do it so far. Using a macro lens has got me the best results. That was just a short video about photo stacking, so thank you for watching, and happy modelling from Broken Unicorn Podcast.